Ladies and
12:48.
Ladies and gentlemen, here back at the Rekoning. And we usually say old mates, old lass, I guess. Old lass. She has a story. We have stories.
We have a big story. It's my story.
Before we get into that, I just want to mention about what occurred when I stopped here to meet you.
Yes, you may.
We had organised to meet here. And for all those in the know, they know that I use a method called the artist card, which gives me license to speak about everything true that's going on in my life through the lens of creative fiction. So anyone that are too absurd or like, oh, he's talking about shapeshifters, oh, he's talking about this and
yes,
that.
yes.
Relax. Artist.
Indeed.
Yeah,
relax.
I mean, like, if
take a chill pill.
If you're really upset about it, interpret it as art, as nice story, you know?
It's all subjective at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of saying the quiet part out loud. People have done this for thousands of years.
Thank you.
It's nothing new. I'm more just
new,
speaking about it more literally.
I just want to show off my satanic.
Oh, that's your satanic.
I'm not satanic at all. It's a band T-shirt, Mr. Bungle.
Oh, I know Mr. Bungle.
Mike Patton.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to see their show, you see, and that's the T-shirt that my friend bought for me because I gave her a ticket, and she said, well, I would like to repay you in some small way. And she bought me the $60 ticket, the T-shirt, and it's got a satanic, what do we call it? It's an Easter bunny, actually.
Oh,
and I was wearing it around Easter time.
Estos.
And I was getting very strange looks. And I merely was not meaning to offend. It's just a band T-shirt. It's funny how people will very quickly judge and go, whoa, how dare you?
Well, especially in Melbourne. I found them more.
The best place in the world, apparently, to live.
I found that people are quicker
I'm not
to
sure
judge.
about that.
Quicker to judge here
Not
than
sure.
other places.
Not sure. Not sure about that. Not sure, bro. Yeah. You good? You good?
Yeah.
You're not spitting on people up there, eh?
Hey?
You're not spitting on anyone, eh?
I'm reaching my try. I'm not from the Titanic.
So anyway, I got off the tram here when I came to meet you, and again, creative fiction, artist card. I go through what's called gang stalking, and I have a lot of people stalking all the time, and threats, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So when I left the tram here, there was an old mate that sat down right in front of me, and they usually look a bit street, and they give me eyes or whatever. And this guy, he got off right before me, and he stood right in front of me, and he had all this paper that he'd torn up, and right as I got off, he kind of threw it up in the air, so it landed on me as I left the tram. Yeah, we're dealing with a cult, witches practicing witchcraft and different things like that. So anyway, I left the tram, went in there, did a little rotation up and down. I record everything.
Okay.
I saw a few people acting sus, but again, you don't.
May I?
So the truth, what happened? Saw a few people acting a bit sus, but at the same time, you're like, you don't know if you're a rational individual and not going through paranoid schizophrenia, whether these people are or not.
Yes.
Which, I mean, like, it's easy to just put that label on it.
It's very easy to label.
For me, I've had friends that are like that. I realize of the nature. I'm actually not, for what it's worth.
Thank you,
so
and nor am I.
I document everything, so I look back and be like, oh, that was that. So anyway, I saw an old mate across the road. I went over across the road, I came back. Old mate was chilling in the little alcove there, and like, just looking real sus, right?
Yep.
Looked like a homeless guy, and he sat in the position like this, throwing this sign. If anyone knows about
I know this sign.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, I do.
Some fucking Masons misbehaving, let's say. And so all right, so then I walk by him with my phone recording him, of course. And then as soon as I walk by him, he gets up, and just like on clockwork, boom, goes down the alley. I follow him, of course. What comes after that is two cops that enter the Macca's where I'm waiting at, and yeah, just a few other little things, and then I just bumped around here and.
Well, how did that end? How did that?
It just kind of ended by them walking away. I don't invest too much time in it. I just kind of
the police.
No, just the
Joe Blow?
Foot soldiers.
Foot soldier.
I realized they're wrapped up in shit.
What happened to the police?
Oh, they just got some drinks and left Macca's.
So what makes you think that the two were connected?
Oh, I don't actually have any judgments or conclusions about that
No.
they are.
But you had encountered this person and then two police officers in McDonald's.
Yeah, I'm just saying the connections and the fact of right after I was organising to meet you, etc., and the guy on the tram throwing the thing. It just seems like right after secession.
Yes.
See,
Agreed.
what usually occurs with gang stalking is these things. Yes, of course.
You're not smoking it.
These things.
Don't waste it.
These things occur to people that are already mentally fragile.
I know.
So
I'm aware.
A lot of it is meant to induce schizophrenia or whatever and get them speaking about this stuff. Because if you say about this stuff and you're a bit mentally unwell, of course you're going to come off as crazy, and maybe perhaps you induce psychosis in yourself if you stress out too much about it.
Thank you.
And all these people on the street yelling about MK Ultra and all this, maybe there was some truth in that.
There's a lot of truth.
That's all I'm saying.
I speak the truth and so do you. And I feel people's pain. And I simply am compelled to stop and talk to the homeless man who looked like he was going to commit suicide today.
Please, tell us the story.
Would you like to hear the story?
Yeah.
Very briefly, because it's triggering too. But it's also a happy story. Ultimately a happy story. I was meeting yourself and in the entrance car park, approaching the back entrance to Barclay Square there. Anyway, and I see this young homeless man looking rather distressed, very sad. Felt his pain immediately, and the body language was sitting on the floor, looking downtrodden, head down, and I was very concerned for his welfare, and I thought, I'll just stop. I don't have any money. I'll just stop and just have a chat. And he explained his story to me, and he's exhausted. He's fragile. There's a lot of trauma there. People do not understand trauma, and I'm a trauma specialist. He's in trauma, and he's simply trying to get some money together to get a motel. That's fabulous. And it's not much of an ask. And he had warm hands, and the ground in which he sits on is cold. And I was just exiting from my car, and I had cold hands, and I'm thinking, how is it possible? His name's Dusty. He's 29 years young, and he just said, I don't know why, but my hands are warm. Yeah, and I made a point about it because how is it physically possible? Anyway, and look, he looked rough. Oh, sorry. That's your fault now.
That's my fault.
I've got a lighter. I don't normally have lighters, but today I'm very equipped because I stayed in a motel last night, and it wasn't grand, but it was a good price, and I slept like a demon, and I feel renewed.
Demons sleep well? Really? That's the first I heard of that.
Apparently. No, they don't. I'm actually an angel. I'm actually an angel in disguise, and so are you. So anyway, freedom fighters, truth tellers. That's who I am. What I'm constantly being told to shut up. Anyway.
I like to respond, may I open down, and people just don't get it because they're so stuck in their own head they don't even get the funny. Can't process it, and that's funny to me, so I laugh at that.
I'm with you, because Basil, I too, historically at the moment, themes, if you will. The themes are, I am a proud Greek Australian woman, first generation. My parents walking, talking trauma, who now unfortunately are deceased. Thank you. My mum, beautiful woman. Anyway, I can't talk about it too much. She died last year, tragically, and my father before her in 2021. Anyway, and I would wish to go back to that story, but I'll go back to Dusty first. Anyway, I engaged him. He told me into the story. He simply needs some money, and I just said, mate, you need a room. Just one bed, that's all you need. Pretend like you're Goldilocks for the day. Get lost. In it all. Just get lost in it. Because I can tell you right now, as a homeless person living in my car, I can rest assured tell you without a doubt. I think about the homeless people who don't have a car. And I shared that with Dusty and he went, I used to have a car. And he doesn't. So I gave him $2 that ordinarily I'd play pool with. Pool is therapy. Everything is therapy.
Yeah.
Or I'm trying to expose people to simply make them accountable. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's who I am. And my brother. Anyway.
I don't mean to interject at all,
Please, feel free.
but just to say, like, contrast from the way that I kind of approach it, I don't really care much about the accountability of the person.
I do.
My main concern is preventing the vulnerable and being that wall between them.
Me too.
I really don't care what occurs to the person.
Okay.
I feel it's almost like not even my place to be the judge.
Yes,
You know,
I get it. Okay, let me define it for you. This is me again. What is morally right and what is morally wrong?
Uh-huh.
What sits here and resonates and says that's the right answer, and this is your path forward. And does it align with this? Yes, it does. And then with this, yeah.
And it's good if that aligns well with the people around you and the society, but it's often kind of sucks when it doesn't.
And
so I
it's
find
very revealing of others. That's all I have to say.
Like I
brother.
see a lot of tribalism, people acting in cults that are very kind of damaging to the younger generations, and people seeing folks as their group, as their skin color, as their sex, as whatever, and being like, oh, you're only this because of that, because you have this kind of
Again, labels.
I just reckon it's
Assumptions.
dumb, and you're playing into the divide and conquer that the government has been socially engineering
COVID, this
for
and that.
fucking
Let's not go there today.
years, you know?
Because we could be here for hours. I want to finish with Dusty, and then I'm happy to share my story. Anyway, this is about you and me, just before what happened, before meeting you. Dusty, and then I gave him $2, and I said, I'm sorry, that's all I can do. But if I see you again, I'll flick you more money, but I too am destitute, mate. And that was a luxury, $109. And then on top of it, they're like, you got a car? Oh, well, we'll do you a favor. We'll charge you $25. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, that's not good. But you know what I mean? It blew out when I thought, oh, that's good. But now I'm compromised financially because of it. They should have. Anyway, they're like, you read the fine print, not me. Anyway, and Dusty, anyway, this young, lovely woman dressed in red, all red, 86 years young, tiny little thing, but boy, she's powerful. Bang! She says, what? Oh, is he? Oh, no, that's not acceptable. No. Well, I've got $50. Here you go. My jaw dropped.
This young
His
girl
jaw
gave
dropped.
her that.
86-year-old woman named Joan,
86-year-old woman,
who I simply just facilitated sharing one story from one person down on the ground to that beautiful angel, 86 years young, in red, who says she's got mouth cancer, but she's not going to die yet. She's not ready. And she doesn't have AIDS, or my mother died 81. And she, walking frame, oxygen, the full shebang, the most powerful woman that I know. Anyway, let's not go there. Anyway, she gave me 50, and I'm like, I literally just, I could not believe it. I simply just said, can I hug you? And she, of course. And I cried in her arms. And I said, Dusty, please shake her hand or give her a hug or something, bro. And he went, of course. And that was it. And then another kind stranger said, a guy who reveals himself to be a philosopher, he looked like one. I don't know his story, but he basically said, I've got, like $4 in change, there you go. And we had a meeting of minds by the bottle shop, just checking in, going, Dusty, what are you going to do now? Tell us a bit more about your story. I come from WA. There was fighting with my dad. My dad's not cool. I left because of Dad around girlfriends. And I went, oh, that's a shame. You know, is it possible that time has now passed whereby you might approach your dad and go, hey, Dad, how about we chat? and work it out. Maybe you might want to go to WA again. And he's like, yeah. And I said, maybe you could try doing that, because look up there, mate. The sky's the limit.
I actually have a really good point on that. If you're ready,
Please.
it's just because there's like. Because a lot of people,
It's fabulous.
I hear the same story.
It's a fabulous story.
I hear the same story.
It's fabulous. It gets better, by the way.
It repeats.
Gets better.
No. Tell the rest of it.
It's simply this. We're chatting away, and Ben is his name, the guy with the beard, says, I am a philosopher. And I go, whoa. I kind of picked it. You look like one. And he was sharing about Socrates, you know, and how there's power in poverty and living in the moment. And
Sure.
that's what the philosophers say. And Dusty was intrigued. And he said, mate, I'm going to read some when I get the chance.
Dude, the whole podcast is from that spirit. Like, he was all about, what do you
Socrates, bro. Poverty, bro.
He was about, his main thing was, what do you reckon? Why do you reckon what you reckon?
I couldn't believe it.
And it's like, if you reckon this, then therefore you must reckon this. And
I was speechless.
and if you don't, then why not? Like, he broke down like the logical
It
process.
felt so warm.
Because like
It
without
felt
that,
like a tribe
without that,
had come together.
Without-
4 minds coming together.
without
Strangers.
without critical thinking, without just what.
Oh, the bottle shop, by the way.
What most folks run off is emotion, but like when you run
Yes,
off
they do.
critical thinking and the Socratic method, you know, it cuts through the bullshit.
It's getting cool as hell.
That's why I love Socrates. You brought him
Thank
up,
you.
and I'm just like
Mate,
that.
I didn't. Ben did. Ben.
That's the spirit of the reckoning, right? So like, rather than you meet judgmental assholes and they're judgmental assholes to you, right?
Yeah.
Rather than being judgmental assholes back, you have
Why have we forgotten about
you can
Socrates?
you can simply ask them,
I'm Greek.
why do you reckon what they reckon? If they're judging
Thank
you,
you.
and being like, oh, you white bastard, you black bastard,
Yeah,
you
whatever.
yellow
Fuck.
bastard, whatever
Fuck off with your
colour
labels.
bastard,
And your
right?
colours.
Then all you have to say is, well, why do you reckon that?
Thank you.
What association between my skin and this behavior? Where's the logical connection? The Socratic method. And then they look like fucking fools. You don't have to
Thank
replay
you.
5 for 5.
Thank you. Thank you.
What up, lads?
Because you know
going
who
on?
look like fools?
Yeah? Who
The,
look like fools?
the
going on,
people
lads?
who were
We're on a
merely.
podcast.
Can I tell you
Podcast
something?
coming in?
Guys,
Yeah, of
guys,
course.
just a moment.
Say
just
something,
a
say
moment.
something.
We have something very important to talk about.
Just quickly,
very
do a
quickly.
shout out. We're at the Rekoning
Just
podcast,
say hi.
bro. Yeah. Rekoning,
You guys are cool.
the Rekoning podcast. Got to spell it without a C.
Say one more.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Greek and I'm
Hey,
Greek.
Yasura.
Hey.
African Greek. Yasura, Tigas. You speak Greek, bro?
No, I don't know that much Greek.
You're a lebo, bro.
You boys
No, no.
rap? Anybody raps?
Raps? Come on, man, go. Do
Yo.
Eminem, yeah?
Yo, you got some quick bars
Yo.
for us? Some quick bars?
Tech 9, yo. Dr. Dre.
Oh, sprayed it up.
What
man.
is that?
Oh, don't inhale that shit, lad.
Don't inhale.
I got to back speaking for one.
Guys,
Few bars, guys.
You guys want to see?
Nah, it's good. I'm good.
I know you want to see, bro.
Nah, no.
about
Ciggy. I only smoke that fucking high grade shit.
You want to see?
Yes, Tigas. You're too young to fucking smoke.
No, I'm 15.
Fuck that.
Yes, I am.
You're not tall enough yet.
I can't judge because I was smoking at 15 myself. but
I'll go for some.
everyone knows smoking bad, right? You shouldn't smoke. He's affected by the links.
Jesse.
He feels the wasping.
Artwork up there, bro.
Wafting,
He's an
wafting.
indigenous man. Indigenous, bro. Jesse.
Yeah, but
Look him up on Insta. Look him up.
And I'm Basil. I identify as a herb.
He's a G. He's a G. G. He's a god. He's a god, bro. Look at him.
wait, so we're gonna find the podcast. We're gonna find it.
YouTube, the Rekoning podcast. Rekoning. You gotta spell it without a C. It's for the unseen. Dude, crazy shit, lad. For real.
What do you guys
Check it out,
holidays.
Yeah, holidays. Fuck the holiday.
Boring. Oh, you, skin. Respect. You, come in.
She needs to slap everybody's hands.
Mate, it's Greek. Yeah? I'm just, are you Greek?
Yep.
Hurry up.
There's so much Greek here, eh?
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, so much.
Train station.
Oh, bro.
What are you guys doing?
Oh.
Well, I
Don't commit any fucking crimes.
Yeah, Mac is that someone order, so I just stole order from him. Oh,
All I want to say is look out for the young ones. Look out for the ones that are fucking vulnerable.
Dog eat dog,
Hey,
yo.
That's
Oh,
all.
thank you.
Have a good
You're
one.
street. You're the hood. You're hood. Go, boys. Go well. Don't fuck shit up in a bad way. Only in a good way. About what he's doing to me currently, and he went, yeah, we'll have a family intervention. And he reported back that Ari's not changing his mind. Ari says it's all done. Ari. What about Helen? Nothing about Helen, mate. All he says is, I'll give you 10K, Helen.
We're recording you, by the way.
Yeah, I know you are. I'll give you 10K, but I don't want you. As executor, I don't want you. He has ultimate say, apparently. I spoke to a fucking lawyer about it, and he's like, mate, it's not fair, I know, mate. But, he's like, it's not fair. But law's the law. White man's law. Doesn't work for me. I'm brown, bro. My brother's brown. Amelia is white as fuck, but her heart is black. And I'm very thankful that her children are beautiful, but they have big brains and their eldest-ish, 16 years old, are socially isolated. She's fucking... I respect Amelia for these things. She has both Ari and Amelia, funnily enough, Ari and Amelia, they're always going to be together. They were destined for each other. Very toxic she is. My parents knew that too. My parents don't speak up, but boy, did they speak up about her. And I too spoke up before Ari said I'm making a commitment to her anyway. What is it about her? That is so appealing. Look, Ari is a good-looking man. And I'm like, whoa. You attract someone more like you. It's only natural. But unfortunately, he's desperate or something. I don't know what it is. But she's physically unattractive, but that's not it either. It's the heart. It's the values that bother me and the double standards. She would never do what Ari is doing to me today, to this day. And I said to Ari, rest assured, bro, the campaign does not stop. The campaign, we're getting people interested. The campaign, yes, go, climb, bro, climb. Be a monkey, bro. Be a monkey, bro. You can do it. I can't do it, but you can. I believe in you. Anyways, coming back to the story.
This is one of the tags that follows me wherever I go.
Stop that. Stop that. Stop that.
Oh, I said a naughty word. I
What
said
does
a naughty
it
word.
mean?
All the way from Mullumbimby.
Will you stop that already?
It's true.
You're freaking me out.
Everywhere I live, it's out
So
there.
many layers.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
many layers.
It's just so
It's
funny
all
that
about-
it'd be like that. That's new too. That's recent.
Stop. Look at this guy.
That's recent. That's within the past week. So.
Anyway, let's get back to the story. I'm compelled to tell it, irrespective of the distractions. No, it's okay. It's okay. Everything's fine. It will be fine. I know what this is about. It's a power play from Amelia, who thinks she can divide and conquer. Well, I'm here to tell you, Amelia Flanagan.
Flanagalian.
If I ever, I will have words with her in time. And I don't know how this sad Greek tragedy, that is our family, unfortunately.
But just
for many reasons.
For the listeners at home,
Yes.
just letting you know, you can take this whichever way you want. Just want to express how you. There is no narrative. You're elliptical in the way you explain things, so you can't.
Give.
What did I just say?
Elliptical.
What did I say before that?
I don't know. I'm focused on that. Can I
See,
please have a
ladies
smoke?
and gentlemen, this is examples of when we start to see or hear things that we don't want to hear about ourselves. Generally, what we do is we dissociate, right?
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, right.
I actually do. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you dissociate, you don't listen. So like when you speak elliptical, you often listen elliptical as well. What elliptical?
I'll agree. I agree with that.
What elliptical means, like ellipse, like a moon, right? You will listen to the key words. Like she remembered that one key word that I said, right? but didn't remember
Yes,
what I actually
I
said.
didn't, actually.
All right. So when you speak,
Associating,
when you
Correct.
think,
protecting myself.
when you listen elliptical, you also speak elliptical. So if you listen back on the recordings, you'll see that you start in the middle of the context, and then you say the end, and then you say the start, and it's all scrambled up.
Yeah, it sounds like that. Yeah, I
No-
agree.
No offense, this is
It's
honesty.
not offensive.
Okay, so,
I actually like that you're reflecting that back to me.
But-
It's good for me.
but it's a real story.
It's give me insight,
really
okay?
going on, and people want to know
I'm
what's
just very,
going on.
very distressed.